Alright, guys, welcome back to another Burning Crusade beta video. So, today we are taking a look at the Petrified Lichen Guard versus the Skullflame Shield. So, as you see the numbers that I put up on the screen already, the Skullflame Shield, at least at level 66, is putting out way more damage than the Lichen Guard is currently. Not only is it doing more damage, but it is also healing by a significant amount. Now, some people will argue at level 70 with mitigation gear, if you're blocking more, then the Lichen Guard is going to apply its stacks much faster. And that is true. But, in the same regard, at a higher level, the Skullflame Shield will be draining much more life. So the same way that the Lichen Guard will do a little bit better at 70, the Skullflame Shield will be doing massively better with the amount of spell power that we can get at 70. So I did these runs a few times each, and this is one of the runs that was being the most generous to the Lichen Guard. There were some runs where the Skullflame Shield was doing 4 and 5 times more damage than the Lichen Guard. On top of that, pretty much every single run with the Lichen Guard, I had to stop, bubble, and heal. Whereas with the Skullflame Shield, we just ran through all the mobs with no problems. So, I did check details, I checked my combat log. When you're pulling, 50 plus mobs at a time, you're dealing with the laws of large numbers. Even if you are, dodging and parrying and blocking a huge amount of attacks, and even if a lot of them are missing, even if 10% of them are going through with 50 plus mobs, you're still getting attacked constantly. And frankly, from the numbers I'm seeing here, that number is actually much larger. So, honestly, for Stockades, Skullflame Shield is just the massive clear winner. Now, this is using the same gear for both of them. Nothing changes here. In fact, honestly, we probably could have stacked even more spell power and made the Skullflame Shield even better. I was not surprised because I've done this so many times. The Flame Strike damage is still absurd, as you see, and in one run, Flame Strike actually did almost 100,000 damage, then combined with the Drain Life, almost 110,000, whereas the Lichen Guard was consistently only doing about 20,000, making this no real competition. You can see the life totals, you can see that the Skullflame is safer, and I think this is going to play out, again, just even more in the favor of the Skullflame Shield at the higher and higher level dungeons. So with that, we are going to finish that up. We took a look at the details. Again, Skullflame Shield comes out ahead. So next, we are going to be going to SM Armory here in just a moment. Now, the clear times are a little bit closer, and the damage is a little bit closer comparing these two runs. But again, Skullflame Shield is just a clear winner by over double the damage. In some other runs, Skullflame Shield was again doing 70, 80,000 damage combined. That 1% chance to proc on Flame Strike. Sometimes you're going to get high on the bell curve, sometimes you're going to get low on the bell curve. But all in all, it's looking like Skullflame is always going to be doing at least more than double the damage of the Beauregard shield, and of course a good chunk of that is healing, which I find to just be strictly better. Now, the other thing that I've noticed is that Skullflame shield does a better job of softening the mob's health much more evenly, by far. And, of course, because of its doing, 100 damage from its proc, the more mobs you have on you, it's going to scale so much better than the Lichen Guard shield. So I've tried to explain this to a few people, and I put it this way. The Lichen Guard shield, at maximum, can only add 20 DPS per mob. That is its absolute maximum, because it caps out. And the other problem I've been noticing is if you get far away from some of the mobs, if you parry, dodge, or it misses a number of times, the poison will just drop off, and you don't even get the full stacks. Whereas Flame Strike, you don't have to worry about it. And on top of that, with the Lichen Guard, you want to make sure that you're always strafing and blocking, and your positioning matters far more than the Skullflame, where you can just run about and not care. So there is also just an ease of using one item over the other, which I've noticed. Again, they can both do this, but in my opinion, after doing almost 10 runs of each, and there was a couple times where I did have to bubble using the Lichen Guard, and I never had to bubble using the Skullflame shield. That's going to do it. I will be doing more testing at 70. Please look forward to it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Later.